I've said it before, I love shoot 'em ups. Switch has been getting a lot of these over the last few years, from re-releases of classic games to new titles. One of the new titles is Project Starship X, a newly released shoot 'em up for the Nintendo Switch, and this shoot 'em up might be one of the best on the system. Now before I dive in, I just wanted to let you guys know that when the channel reaches 250 plus subscribers, I'll be doing another eShop gift card giveaway. I put out new videos each week, especially on Nintendo Switch stuff, but sometimes I do other consoles, including retro. Also to note, East Asia Soft did provide me with a review code for this game, but as always, opinions are my own. You guys know that I'm 100% honest with you when I do these reviews, and I lay out the good and the bad. Anyway, on to the review. Project Starship X is actually a sequel to an earlier title, Project Starship, and it continues on that game's hook. A vertical shoot 'em up with roguelite mechanics that's really flashy and visually appealing. And in this game, it amps it up to 11 over the previous entry. Each time you play, the game varies and mixes up levels, and each level you get different events and enemies that occur. Because of this, each playthrough of the game is different, and at certain points you unlock additional levels and events too. The game also features 2-player co-op, which is a nice feature that you don't see in too many shoot 'em up titles. Keep in mind the 2-player mode is local only, so there is no online access for that. The gameplay is pretty straightforward. You control your chosen character with the analog stick or D-pad, and shoot with the B button, and perform movement actions with the A button. The movement action button allows you to quickly move in certain directions, allowing you to avoid enemies, bullets, and certain obstacles. It does require a brief moment to recharge between uses, so you can't spam it over and over non-stop. At certain points, it will also allow you to chain into items for power-ups or allow you to move into certain positions on screen. It's highly useful, and mastery of it is a must to advance in this game. At some points, you'll transform into a crawler mode, and the movement action will allow you to jump over obstacles in your way. Firing is also an important mechanic to the game, as it slows down your ship, which at times is useful to dodge those bullet hell scenarios, but at times you want to lay off the fire button to get the most movement out of your ship. You get access to 2 characters out of the gate, and access to 2 more as you play. Garrett is the all-rounder, and the perfect choice for starting players. Gwen has a little less power, but a lot more range. Later on you unlock John Johnson, who fires a lot slower, but has the most power out of any character. And Sophie, who seems to be the fastest of all the characters, but has the weakest shot of the 4. Beyond that, the gameplay. Oh, the gameplay is glorious. It's really intense and requires a lot of adapting on the fly. The controls are really responsive, and I actually ended up using a control stick of the Pro Controller while playing this game, as it seemed to be really designed with that in mind. The boss battles are pretty insane, and even has a space zombie Hitler, and the game oozes in style. There's also a lot of secrets to discover. The soundtrack is pretty amazing too, and it's one of the best I've heard from an indie shoot 'em up in a while. I found myself listening to the soundtrack long after I stopped playing. It's that good. Now, all that it has going for it, there's a couple things that I did not care for. One of them is a certain mad event. Now, mad events are special events that occur during gameplay that are intense situations. Now, intense situations could be something like a lot of enemies being sent your way, or you have to dodge things in quick succession to survive. The mad event I'm referring to is a particular one that you unlock after going through the main mode the first time. It's a random event that sends enemies or obstacles your way while inverting the controls, taking away control of your ship. I just feel anything that takes away natural control of the ship feels wrong in a shoot 'em up. It feels like a cardinal sin not to make, and to be honest, I like to see this particular random mad event removed from the game in a patch. It always results in an instant death, and it can be devastating in a run to have it happen several times in a row. In the end, it just seems wrong and unfair to the player to have that in the game. The second thing that bothers me is after you go through the game the first time, it changes in its difficulty, with no way to go back to the way it was. Sure, I love the concept of unlocking things and events as you play, but I'm not entirely sold on the fact that when I play the game now, I can never go back to the way it was if I desired so. I would rather have the option in a patch and an update to have a separate mode to eliminate or make my own customized random playthrough. That would be great, that would be awesome, and that way I could kind of, you know, if I desired to tone down the difficulty or increase the difficulty, I could. I think that would please both the casuals and the hardcore with that added to the game. With that said, even with its few faults, it's still very fun to play, and I do like the feeling of excitement and surprises the game brings. There's good value on the game for replayability, and for $9.99 it's one of the better purchases you can make for your Switch. It has a lot of character, a lot of style, and a lot of great gameplay. I do want to say that even though I reviewed the Switch version today, the game is also available on the PlayStation Store, Xbox Marketplace, as well as Steam, so you can check it out there if you don't have a Nintendo Switch. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you found it useful, give it a thumbs up. Again, consider subscribing. Once you reach over 250 subs, I'm going to do another eShop gift card giveaway. For those who have played Project Starship X already, I'm curious to hear your thoughts and opinions on the game. Leave me a comment. In the description box down below, I have links to both my Twitch, where I stream 4 days a week, as well as my Discord and Twitter. Check those out. Guys, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time.